Hey guys, Ben here, and welcome back to another video on a series of unfortunate events. And today we're going to be doing an explainer video. We're going to be explaining the mysterious Beatrice who has been mentioned throughout season 1, and I thought it's about time that I make another video on a series of unfortunate events about stuff that happened in season 1. So recently I did a video on the season 2 photos, so please check that out. Thank you for all the support on that. We've got about 4k views. That's really good for those videos, because obviously I can't make them every day like I do of the DC shows, because it's only on once a year, and we're going to be covering a lot more of a series of unfortunate events. So please be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of that content. Even if you don't like DC or any other comic book stuff, subscribe for this. You can just ignore those videos. And yeah, so who is Beatrice? She has been mentioned many times throughout season 1, and obviously she's been mentioned a whole load throughout the 13 books and also the spin-off books that Lemony Snicket actually published many years ago. So those books are great and they do provide a lot of insight, and we're not going to be necessarily talking mainly about the books because we're talking about the TV show. So Lemony Snicket, the actual creator, actually talked about this and how it's not going to be like 100% accurate, and you've seen that already with Jacqueline not being a real character and many other things that aren't in the books. I think how the series has actually gone on in the TV show is actually brilliant, and I really thoroughly enjoy it. So we're going to be talking about who Beatrice is. So on the show we've only seen and heard Lemony Snicket talk about her. We've had references from the Baudelaire children, of course, but we'll talk more about that later. But there has been many times in season 1 that Lemony Snicket actually referenced her. So one of the most prominent ones is the final scene of season 1 in the song, as Lemony Snicket sings and says, "I once loved a girl and she thought well of me. We thought we'd be happy together, but now I'm alone, as you can well see, and she's cold in her grave forever." So there's a whole load of Easter eggs, and that's probably the most prominent one that sticks out in my head. And obviously he's talking about Beatrice because she's dead, and we had hints as to Beatrice in Lemony Snicket scenes prior to the end scene in season 1, and that being with letters and Lemony actually talking about Beatrice. And obviously people can just skim past that, but they're very important because in the end it was revealed in the books that Beatrice, the infamous Beatrice, who got mentioned at the start of every single book that Lemony Snicket wrote with an inscription dedicated to the deceased Beatrice, and obviously it's revealed in the books that she's Beatrice Baudelaire. So she's the mother of the Baudelaire orphans featured in the book series and also in the TV show, and her children are obviously Violet, Klaus and Sunny Baudelaire, and she was married to Bertrand Baudelaire, and I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but basically that is a big twist, because obviously in the past Beatrice was in love with Lemony Snicket, and that's a big thing in the series, in the actual TV show, because probably one of the main reasons why Lemony Snicket's actually accounting the Baudelaire children's series of unfortunate events is due to his love to Beatrice in the past, and that they couldn't be married. And Beatrice actually sent a 200-page book to actually explain why they couldn't be married in the books, and that's crazy, but there's a lot of reasons. And also Lemony Snicket's part of the VFD, and we'll talk more about the VFD in a minute. But the Beatrice Letters is a book by Lemony Snicket that was published a few years ago, and it's canon to a series of unfortunate events and was published shortly before the 13th book was actually released, so quite a long time ago now, probably about 10 years or so ago, and it was a series of 13 letters from Lemony Snicket to Beatrice Baudelaire. Yes, moving on to the VFD stuff. So she's a member of the VFD, and the VFD in the books is a secret society in a series of unfortunate events, and All the Wrong Questions, which is a spin-off book which Violet, Klaus and Sunny actually become increasingly involved with in the books after their first encounter with Count Olaf. The insignia of the organization appears to be a single eye, and if you look carefully it actually reads VFD, and obviously that's been done in a really great way, how they actually designed that in the books, and they've later adapted that to the TV show. And already in season 1 we've had a lot of VFD stuff. We've had loads of characters such as Jacqueline, Gustave, Uncle Monty, Count Olaf, and tons more people like Aunt Josephine. They're all part of the VFD, and also Beatrice obviously was, Bertrand was, and Lemony Snicket was. As you see Lemony Snicket going through the tunnels, they're actually the VFD tunnels from the books, and you can see on the walls there's actually signs to the different people's houses who are all members of the VFD. So the VFD are going to be a much bigger part of season 2. Even though they were a massive part in season 1, they actually never got referenced by the name, but they were there the whole time because they're a secret society and the Baudelaire orphans have to find out about them. That's part of the main storylines throughout the 13 books, and the Quagmires will help them with that during season 2. So they'll be exploring a lot of the VFD stuff. So Beatrice was part of that. So this is a brilliant letter that I thought I would actually read out from Beatrice and Bertrand to the actual children in the books. I think it has a lot of relevance to what's to come in the rest of A Series of Unfortunate Events season 2 and 3. So here is how it goes. Dearest children, since we have been abroad, we've missed you all so much. Certain events have compelled us to extend our travels. One day, when you're older, you will learn about the people we've befriended and the dangers we have faced. Quickly, that's obviously referencing the VFD and all the members. At times the world can seem an unfriendly and sinister place, but believe us when we say there is much more good in it than bad. All you have to do is look hard enough. So a reference to the spyglass. And what might seem to be a series of unfortunate events may, in fact, be the first steps of a journey. We hope to have you back in our arms soon, darlings. But in case this letter arrives before our return, know that we love you. It fills us with pride to know that no matter what happens in this life, that you three will take care of each other with kindness and bravery and selflessness, as you always have. And remember one thing, my darlings, and never forget it, that no matter where you are, know that as long as you have each other, you have your family, and you are home, your loving parents. So that was just a great little speech that I wanted to read out because it's going to be linked back, and I'm sure we're going to be getting this letter in season 2 or potentially in season 3, sometime around there. But there's been theories in the books, like surrounding the books when people have read and finished the books, that Beatrice is still alive. There is reason to believe that she was alive after the initial Baudelaire fire in the home. But later in another fire with the VFD, the sole surviving member is only supposed to be Quigley Quagmire, who's going to probably pop up sometime in season 2. But as you saw at the end of season 1, there was only 2 Quagmires, but they're the Quagmire triplets, and Quigley was supposedly dead in the fire that we saw in season 1. So we'll be seeing Quigley sometime later in season 2, and along with that we will see the remnants of that second fire, and that's what's believed to be Beatrice's and Bertrand's death in the books. So anyway guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If this video did help you out, if you had any questions about Beatrice, hopefully this did actually help you out. So anyway guys, I'll see you guys later, and goodbye.